Welcome to Rimworld.
Gotta leave it all behind.
On a routine scouting mission to the outer Rimworlds, your ship encounters fatal engine trouble. 3 members of the crew manage to make it to the escape pods, bringing only what they never put down: their guns. So we're going to be playing Medieval Mayhem. I've downloaded a couple mods. This is going to be based mostly around technology free. We're not going to be building much power, if any, until later on in the game when we're trying to escape. So you see, we're starting with nothing but our weapons. We have Red Shirt here, a pretty good shooter, but we also have Sarge as our best shooter. So he's going to pick that gun up. Doc, we don't really ever want you in combat, but just in case, we'll give you the shotgun. And Red Shirt, of course, your assault rifle. I meant to have the 2 of them start with the different guns, but there's really no way to do that. A couple of mods I'm using. The big one I always use, Unforbid Everything. A pretty good mod. It's the Allow Tool mod. We're also doing Medieval Times. We're doing No Mechanoids, and a couple of other little mods here and there that just make things more fun. Like the Mad Rabbits of Cabernog will make Manhunter packs appear out of any animal. So the first thing we're going to want to do is, of course, get everybody on manual priorities. And in the beginning, I like to set this up a little differently. I'll have construct at a 1 for everyone. Or construct at a 2, excuse me. Plant cutting for everyone needs to be at the 1. Everything else off. So we can copy and paste this to those. And like I said, these need to be all off. There we go. That's all we need for the first day. Everybody, get what you need. Let's chop down some trees. We need to get an enclosure. We need to get some beds made so that we're not spending our first night outdoors. Now, you cannot plant cut, so you are going to do absolutely nothing until we get some walls being made. This will just be a temporary structure. That we're going to build. Sarge, can you get on that? Here we go. Sarge is a lady, yes. And don't you dare call her sir. Get a few doors up. Another mod that's worth mentioning I have is no more raindrops falling on my head. My colonists will prioritize building roofs generally whenever they can. Unless there are materials already delivered to something, then they will go and prioritize that. But if there are no materials delivered to something, they're going to prioritize building a roof as soon as they can. And that also is taking down roofs. They will take down a roof. Unless you have told them to deconstruct something, they will deconstruct it first. So you still have to micromanage there. But at least we get this roof built really quick. So if it starts raining, or anything really, we don't have to worry about it. We have a roof already. And then we can get the walls built, and hopefully we will not be spending our first night outside for anyone. Once we get all of that done, we will get somebody researching. I don't really care about the quality of the beds for now, so I'm just going to let everybody do constructing. When we care about all of that stuff, we will only allow our best constructors, which looks like Sarge is a 6, but he has a burning passion in it. He also has a burning passion in repairing. Hopefully he won't have to do too much of that. A chunk of spacecraft. Oh, a chunk of our spacecraft has fallen from space and landed nearby. Let's just check out the map. I've deleted all of the normal things that you spawn with, like food. So something we're going to have to get to right away. One of the reasons why I put cut plants on primarily is so that we will get that kind of stuff done, hopefully quick. We're okay on food for now. We will need to get some sort of food together before the morning, though. That's for sure. The difficulty we're playing on Medieval Mayhem. if we go to choose storyteller, it is a special difficulty to this mod. Basically, we're on a medieval planet. Threats are extremely dangerous. Succeeding at this level requires a solid and well-rounded understanding of survival strategies, defensive tactics, and fortification theory. Not recommended until you've got some experience with the game. Despite an increased physical threat, mood, crop growth, and disease factors are neutral, while trade factors are favorable. Basically, it ramps up the raids, making you're going to get attacked quite often and by a lot of people. So we might be a little overpowered in the beginning because of our guns, but that will not last long, especially if one of the people carrying the guns gets dropped and kidnapped, because they like to do that. They like to kidnap us. Alright, we have the last bed being made. Our research table's being made. We're completely walled in. I'm actually going to have him take a little break from that real quick. And I would hate for this rabbit here to go mad animal while my people are asleep. So I'm going to take it out and let... There we go. And I know I told you guys to get these raspberry bushes. Can we get a little bit of food in here? I'm going to make a small stockpile zone, and we're only going to put food and animal corpses. So we have a research bench. So we're going to get stone cutting primarily, so we're not building really anything else in wood. Because another thing about the medieval mayhem is they like to set fires a lot. So we have a 4, a 6, but no passion in it, and Sarge cannot do a lot of things. It's going to be our main fighter. She's going to be putting herself in harm's way more often than anybody else. So we're going to get red shirt here on researching. We're going to drop a stool there for her. And brazier, something nice with the medieval. We just put wood in it every so often and we have ourselves a nice light. No power required, because it burns wood. As soon as you're done harvesting this last one, I'm going to have you bring them in. Alright, we need to get one of these forges up. Now, there are 3 different forges. They all cost 75 steel, and the last one makes everything. I don't know if this is something that's still being worked on, but there should probably be research or something to unlock the 3rd one. But I'm just going to build the 3rd one. Now, what's great about the medieval mod buildings, all of them, the tailoring station, crafting station, food prep station, all of these can be rebuilt anywhere, which is a lot different than the vanilla buildings. You know, you have to deconstruct things if you want to move them. Sarge can hunt, and there's not really a whole lot he can be crafting as well, but until we get stone cutting done, there's not really going to be anything to craft. So since we didn't start out with any food, I'm going to send her off to hunt. And we will get a butcher's table, because that is still the same. You can still build pretty much all of the vanilla buildings with the mod. It doesn't disable really anything. I have disabled factions with guns, so we won't have pirates dropping on our heads with, 50 guys wielding guns. There's also a new tailoring station, but you can also use the old hand tailoring bench if you want to craft the vanilla clothing, which has different benefits than the tailoring station, of course. We'll get to all of that in a little bit. I'm just waiting for this forge to be built so that we can get we need a butcher's table. Ostrich Revenge. Who are you going for? You're going for Doc. Doc didn't do anything to you, but he's going to now. Yeah. Alright, Doc, you can go back to what you're doing. Did you give up on this bush? No, you probably failed in harvesting it. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna have plenty of meat. What I was doing, like this butcher's table, wherever I build it, I'm gonna have to rebuild it. Probably the same with this, but you know, no matter. Pretty much anything doesn't require components for what we're doing right now. Or nothing requires components. Oh, I hope you don't miss and hit those boom rats. Oh, good job. We are getting stone cutting done. Then after stone cutting, I'm going to do passive cooler right away in case we get a heat wave. And speaking of a heat wave, 25 steel. I think there was a little bit of steel that came down with us when we crashed. So I'm gonna go ahead and you're consuming berries? No. Actually, go ahead. Consume those berries. I'm gonna get another research bench going in case we do get that heat wave. We're gonna need those coolers going really quick, otherwise we will very quickly die. You cannot do plant cutting. You can plant cut, can't you? We need some berries, guys. In fact, let me use my harvest tool. Because until we get the kitchen stuff up, none of this will do any good at all. So after Doc gets this built, I'm going to speed it up just a little bit here. Apparently he just tried to woo Sarge into a romance, and she said no. Alright. Cannot refuel, you need wood. Who is our best plant cutter? I guess it would be growing skill. You're hauling that wood right there. Can you actually... Yeah, I'm just keep stealing jobs from him. He's going to try to do that. Can you... Oh, another mod I have, it's called Look at Me, I'm the Worker Now. Basically, even though I don't have him assigned to hauling, it'll tell me not assigned to hauling, but he'll still do it. And that works with pretty much anything, except for, let's say I were try to tell Sarge to haul. We'll never do hauling, so it's not broken in a way that people who can't do stuff will do stuff. Basically, it just makes it so you don't have to go and tweak your work stuff just to get someone to do something really quick that you don't normally want them to do. This is really good if your normal doctor gets taken out and you want someone else to doctor. You can just pick whoever has the best skill and have them take care of it. I would like you to go chop another tree down so we can get this built. We're also going to need a set of hand tools done, and that is a smithing skill, so that is something Sarge can do. As soon as she is done bringing the rabbits to their doom, I suppose. We'll actually do it right about here because the steel's right here. Need materials. Require steel and wood. Ah, we don't have enough wood. Okay. Well, because we're building this thing, right? Well, now we do have enough wood. So go ahead and bring this in. And see, even though we're not assigned to smithing, she'll go ahead and do it anyway. I like this mod. Doc is still cutting down trees. We're getting into the night here, but it's okay because we have indoors. Everyone has a bed. They're all going to get the shared room debuff and disturbed sleep, but they won't get slept outside, and they probably won't get slept in the cold. There's not really anything I can do for heat right now. I need to get stone before I can get any heat. And you're just going to keep cutting trees, that's fine. You need to get these tools together. Why don't you go ahead and fill this brazier, and then we're going to speed things along. There we go. Now, nobody should get... I think these put off a little bit of light. It doesn't say. But I've noticed people don't seem to get the... Oh, you gave up and you went to go hunt? Oh, I'm glad I was watching. I really need these tools done. In fact, now that we have this together, we're going to put you crafting. because we're going to need to get some armor. We only have our jackets and clothes, and when guys start swinging swords at you, you want to have something to block it. Now we have steel plates. Anything with winter cloak we're going to avoid probably in this playthrough because they give you like -80 cold to your thermal, and basically you're going to get heat stroke and die if it's not below 20. You know, that's not good. So where are you headed off to? You're off to consume these berries. Okay. Who do we have that can cook? Red shirt. Okay. You're going to go at a 2 for cooking. And now that we have those tools made, we can build production, the smokehouse. Oh, we could have built the smokehouse before, but we can build the food prep station. Let's build the smokehouse first. Right here. So I can still build a steel workbench here if I get a lot of extra steel. Yeah, everyone's going to go to sleep. That's fine. I'm going to just let them sleep through the night. So we're getting the least amount of disturbed sleep as possible. Right now it's just 1. Sarge is going to get 1 when they wake up. Or 2. Very ugly environment. Hungry, yeah. Luckily, we're still pretty happy because of the new colony. Now, there is no food exactly laying around. I had set a bunch of them to be harvested, but it looks like they haven't really been done yet. So, when she wakes up, I'm just going to tell her to wake up and go do that before she gets to the point where she's really, really hungry. And we're going to slow things down a little bit here. She's not going to have a table to eat off of, and that's fine. We'll get one of those up soon. We need to get some food, and we're going to get some medieval style food. Harvest failed. Yeah, that probably happened a couple times. Can you try this one now? Yeah, do the smokehouse and butcher creature forever, but we don't want anybody to eat the raw meat from the creatures. Cloud watching, hauling wood to smokehouse. Okay. Don't fail on this one. Thank you. Yes, you can eat those and then go try to do another one. You're going for a walk. Alright. Butchering? No, see, I don't want you to do that because I don't want them to eat the raw meat. We need to get this smokehouse done first. You need a little bit of joy. You're going to need some food really quickly, so hopefully this will not fail. Alright, it didn't fail. Fantastic. So you go and eat those. I know you needed some joy, but we really need this smokehouse done. You can go ahead and chop that meat up. Nobody will try to eat anything for a little while. We'll get the animals chopped up. We'll get the smokehouse done, and we will make some dried meats. We need a little bit more wood still. We're on the second day, so we're going to need to get some sort of defenses of some sort set up very soon. Keep chopping those up. This is almost done. Alright. We'll let Doc finish that. What are you doing over here? You're eating the berries, that's fine. Can you fuel this? So these have bulk builds, which are really nice. But you need a higher cooking skill to do it. So sad. What is your cooking skill? A 4. A 2 and a 3. Well, hopefully we get someone who joins us that has a good cooking skill so that they can do the bulk for us. Until then, we'll just do the regular one. Oh, really? It requires a cooking skill of 5, huh? Well, that could be a problem. What about the berries? Yep, those also require a cooking skill of 5. Never started out with anyone that low. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and set these builds up anyway. I put the bulks first, so that when we have the ability to do the bulks, it'll do the bulks first. So, that all being told, we're going to go ahead and now set up our food prep station. Right there. For now. Remember, those can be moved. So don't even bother doing that. Instead, build... Oh, you're building that now. Okay, great. Because we can build food items out of this meat that will last a lot longer than this meat will. Out of the food prep station. We just need to get it built. Just need a little bit of wood and these hand tools here that we've already built. Thankfully, we've already built these because those take a little while, as you saw. So we're going to go ahead and build another set right away. Because Sarge isn't going to have anything to do, but we interrupted her joy, so we'll let her get her joy. And she can go start working on those tools whenever. Everybody kind of has something to do right now, so I'm going to take away a couple hours in the morning so that if they have enough sleep, because eventually we're going to have really good beds, they will wake up and get their joy instead of just sleeping needlessly. And we'll put an hour of joy at night, because I like to put all my joy inside the colony, and I'd rather have someone doing their last hour of stuff before they go to sleep inside the colony, so that they're not hauling something 100 miles away and losing 3 or 4 hours of their sleep time because of it. These do take quite a while to build compared to some of the vanilla buildings. A lot less time if you have somebody with a good construction skill doing it. Like Sarge here. Yeah, still actually kind of slow. Doc, can you go and haul these? Just bring those in. We don't need to leave them out here for some animal to eat. As soon as we get this done, we're going to get some stew made. And stew lasts for 3 days unrefrigerated. Hopefully we can make this stew. If not, well, maybe our people will just have to eat raw meat for a little while. Alright, cook a weak stew. Alright, we can. And we can do the bulk too. Excellent. And we're also going to set up the hearty stew right away. Although yeah, we can't do the bulk because we don't have enough skill. But we also don't have the materials for it. But like I said, we'll go ahead and set it up. Everything is due until you have 10 for now. Except for the weak stew. Right now we're going to actually set this on do forever for both of these. Because the stew, like I said, will last for 3 days. The meat will only last for... spoils in 1 day. Prioritize cooking. As you can see, she is making the weak stew. I don't know why she used 5 of the berries. I kind of don't want you using the berries right now. We're going to turn vegetarian off on these. Oh, wait, we can't turn vegetarian off on the hearty stew, but we can turn it off on here. Alright, we only want to use meat right now because we don't have any vegetables. Pick a nice little clear spot. We don't really have too long of a growing period, so we should probably get some things going like rice, and I'm gonna guess we don't have the ability to do heal root. No. We're gonna have to buy all of our medicine off of traders. So I'm just gonna do rice in both. It does take a pretty long time to do one of those bulk, but it's better than the 10 whatever trips that she would have to do. We're getting another set of the tools done. I wonder what Doc is off doing. sowing. He must have been... Ah, I see. He was grabbing those berries. I really want him to sow that, so I'm going to let him. So as soon as she's done cooking this stew, I'm going to have her go and grab these berries over here before this turkey or this rabbit eat them. Or this rabbit. Or this rat. Ah, there's so many animals right now. Not for long, though. We'll be eating them. What are you doing? Cutting this tree down? Why are you cutting this tree down? That's weird. It wasn't even on the growing zone. Maybe trees take up more than one block. That would make sense. Oh, you started a new one? Alright, well I'm gonna let you do that. You want to keep cutting trees down. I'm gonna make you haul these berries in. Let's see, your cooking is still at a 4. You're a little bit halfway to 5. So it's gonna be quite a while. What are you, cutting grass? Cannot haul wood. No empty place configured to store it. Wood is under raw resources. Oh, you're sewing again. Alright. There we go. Alright, no more stew making for you. You can eat a stew. And before we get too many debuffs from not eating at a table, we only have 3 people right now, so I'm going to make a short little table right there. Just a few chairs. And you need some joy, apparently. Alright, you can have your that. But we need to haul these berries in over here before we go to sleep, folks. So let's speed things up a little bit. I would send Sarge, but Sarge will not haul. Eating? Alright, go ahead. You guys can eat all you want. Oh, you're building now. Alright. If you're going to start building and stop sowing, then you can come over here and get these berries. I'm not really worried about them spoiling. I'm mostly worried about the wild animals consuming them. You ate the raw berries. Are you ascetic? Slowpoke, but steadfast and a prostaphobe. Why would you eat the raw berries? I mean, you don't get a debuff for it. And then you kind of gave up on... Oh, we don't have any lumber, that's why. We might as well chop the trees down inside of our little area here. And any trees that are right outside will go first. We are about a quarter on the way here. Once we get this stuff sown, Doc will start researching. In fact, I could lower the growing. You are stargazing right now. You really should go to bed. Consuming a hearty stew. Nice. And they have disturbed sleep. Only 1. Oh, she has 3. Oh my gosh. Yeah, a private room would solve that, but before you can have private rooms, we need to make them out of stone so you don't burn to death in your sleep. This carnivore didn't do too well. He got an infection from that rat. So we will soon have a dead fox laying around. Now, I really like the allow tool mod because every once in a while you can just click unforbid everything. And if there's a dead animal laying around somewhere, because the carnivores love to kill some animals like these boars here, and then during the day they'll wander all the way over here and then go to sleep over here, like this timber wolf here. You know, he'll wake up and he'll kill this turkey, and then he'll wander all the way over here during the day, and then he'll kill something else, and then he'll just leave this turkey out here half eaten. Well, we can actually use that. And also, it doesn't look very nice when they rot. Alright, guys, you need to wake up. Quick way to wake everybody up is to just draft and undraft. I would rather they go to bed a little bit earlier once the sun goes down, but I'd really like to get all of this stuff growing while we can, while the sun is up. You won't hunt my people, will you? You might. Alright, guys. Really? You're just gonna leave them there like that? Thank you. Finish the guy off, at least. Alright, we do really need this rice, though. Because the great thing about vegetables is we can make stews out of them, and we can just set it to a low build, which reminds me, we don't really have a whole ton of meat. I'll let her finish this, and then we will take the cook wheat stew builds off of Forever's. Yeah, in fact, we're going to do that now, because I really want you researching and not making a bunch of stew. I mean, you can make some hearty stew if that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, that's fine. That'll give our people a positive mood buff. That is quite like the fine meal, I believe. And she does really need to get her cooking skill up. We do need the research done, but again, it would be nice to have the cooking skill up and we can start drying out meats instead of making them into stew. The dried meat and the dried fruit last quite a long time, quite like pemmican. However, they don't give any kind of mood debuffs. Let's see, Sarge is eating the meal right here. We can look at her needs. Ate a fine meal. So we got +5 of a mood for eating that meal. So it's worth it. And like I said, we get some experience. And we'll get plenty of people researching. Before summer comes, we will have the coolers, hopefully. Like I said, I would hate for everyone to get heat stroke and die because a heat wave. Get the last hearty stew there, and the hearty stews of course last 3 days as well, so these are all down to 2 days now. A couple of these weak stews will expire. We're just going to suspend all of these builds for now, for at least a couple days. And we're not going to hunt any more animals unless something wanders in too close. Are you going for a walk? Yeah, we need to get a joy source so that our people aren't going. Here, we're going to plop it down on this tree so that they'll cut this tree down. We have a visitor. Has no trading, unfortunately. That's probably where we're going to get our first medicine from, is a trader. And there we go. We have failed, and now you're going to sleep. I'm going to let you sleep for just a little bit so that you don't wake up and go right back to bed, and then I'm going to wake you up. He just needed a little bit of sleep, so he decided to just go to sleep there. Alright, you are from faction of the Green Weasel. Council of the Green Weasel. We have a +11 with them right now. We have a +2 with the Green Monkey. We have a -19, but we're not hostile with the Medieval Society of the Crowned Mantis. I believe we could still call them and trade with them and whatnot if we had the trade beacon stuff set up, which we don't, and we probably won't for a pretty long time. And of course we have the tribe, which is hostile, although the tribe, we can capture enough people and eventually they will not be hostile with us, and they're pretty useful, especially when they have a combat supplier caravan coming to trade with us and we have an enemy attack us, because the tribes bring like 40 people with them on combat suppliers. So it's like having a little army with you that's going to help you fight. And we're not going to have turrets, so having people here when we fight is actually going to help us. So knowing that, I did download the trading spot mod, which allows us to set a spot which is quite like the party spot and the marriage spot, and that's where your traders are going to gather. Now if you have the trading spot and oh, he's eating a this visitor just decided to eat one of my meals. That's okay now, but when we have a group of 40 people show up, that's going to be a real pain in the butt. But anyway, can't believe you just did that. But yeah, if you have too many traders show up at one time, it will break the trading spot. It'll actually like disassemble it, and you'll have to reassemble it again. But and you can't build the trading spot when any traders are on the map or visitors. So as soon as he leaves, we're going to build that trading spot so that we can tell the traders where we want them. Alright, our research is half done. Oh, what should we be called? Congers? I usually like to just leave the random name on there, but I think we're going to call, well, we don't want to capitalize that. I'm going to call this Mayhem. The community is now known as Mayhem. Alright. Well, I think with that, we are going to be ending this first episode with a construction has failed. Wonderful. Today, hopefully, in the next episode, we are going to finish on stone cutting. As soon as these chairs are done being built, of course, Doc is going to hop on over to the research bench. And in the next episode, we're going to adjust the priorities and their work and such. And hopefully, we're going to be able to start building our bedrooms when we get some stones cut. Everybody can craft. No one's really particularly good at it, but everybody can do it. So once we get stone cutting done and we get the coolers done, we'll have everybody stone cutting for a day or two, and we'll get some nice bedrooms built up. And then the bad guys are going to show up and burn everything down and kill us all. So I hope you're enjoying. Leave a like if you liked. Comment if you'd like to. I try to read all the comments. Thanks for watching.